name is Too Cute, and welcome to Sensational Living. Tukute is how you spell my name. Tu is French and Spanish for you, and cute, hello, because I am. I am so excited to bring to you today. I call him TJ, and I know that that is not his name, but we've been practicing for 45 minutes on how to say his last name, and I have been totally wrecking it, okay? But this beautiful young man that we have there, and you know I just love to be around a beautiful young man. We have him today to tell us about his store that actually you have like designers and all kinds of stuff in an African dress shop.
Yes, so Dupsies African Clothing is an African clothing store, and we bring in a lot of clothing from West Africa. So
wow.
So it is authentic African clothing, not the inspired, but the authentic African clothing.
Okay, now did you hear that? It's not inspired. It is authentic. And do you know where it is? It is right in Smyrna. That's where we're taping right now, in Smyrna. And it's down the street, actually. So tell us a little bit about you first, before we get into the clothing. Tell us about you and where you're from, how you got started, because everybody had a journey. We want to know about your journey.
Absolutely. So I was born in the UK. My mom was out there studying fashion, and so I moved back to Lagos. Well, I moved to Lagos as a kid, and I was there till I was 17. And then I came to the States for college, and after college I worked for a company, Sage, and while I was working there I was kind of thinking about what I want to do going forward, things that would make me feel more fulfilled. And I thought back to Lagos and how there are a lot of talented designers out there. So, and I noticed that they didn't have the kind of clothing here that we had back there. So I thought, let me see if I can introduce it. And I did. And I got a lot of positive responses from it. And, to me, seeing a lot of people sell clothing that they call African, that's not African, is doing Africans a disservice, because their products are not being, appreciated. So that's where I figured, what can I do that would benefit Nigerians and also people who want to share the culture and the clothing of Nigerians, especially. In general, the West African countries, which is where we get most of our clothing from. So I went out there a few times, met with a few vendors, and so right now we provide clothing that people love to wear, and they're proud because it's authentic, and the people who make them are happy because they're able to get their products out there. So it makes them proud to have other people from other countries share, their rich cultural history.
As someone that is not overly excited, I don't necessarily go out to look for African garb. Mm-hmm. I have been to your store, of course, and I have seen some of the designs. They are absolutely gorgeous.
They are talented. The designers who make these things are very gifted. And, what makes me happy is when, because tailors or designers in Africa generally are not seen as, it's not seen as a serious job to have. So they're typically at the bottom of the income bracket. But because of the business that we do with them, we've been able to elevate a lot of them to be able to send their kids to school, provide a house for their family, and really do well in their communities. Some of them have even sponsored other kids to go to school as well. So that kind of impact that we're having back on those people is what makes me feel proud, because I'm providing a product to people here that want them, and essentially it's win-win. So they're happy they're selling their products, they're happy they're buying what they want. So for me, I feel fulfilled. So that's what makes my day. I'm not screwing anybody over. Usually in business, somebody's getting screwed.
Yes,
in
that's
this case,
true.
Both sides are happy, and the people who I buy from, the vendors I deal with, thank me for doing business with them. People who buy the products that they sell to me thank me for making it available to them. So it makes my day.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about February.
All right.
Black History Month.
Black History Month.
You guys were bowled over.
Black Panther Month.
Yes. Everybody was coming out to your store to buy something to wear to Black Panther.
It was.
Hold on one second. We're going to show a couple of little shots right here from where people went to see Black Panther. Were those not beautiful attire? I mean, that was like so authentic, and it really got into the movie, and I think the spirit of the people with what they were wearing, going to the movie. I mean, it was an African adventure, I think it was so wonderful how we just didn't throw together a lot of things that we thought was African or were taught was African, but was truly African.
And I think one of the reasons why the movie was so successful was because they didn't just come up with the American perspective of what Africa looks like. They actually did their research, went there, and did a lot of the scenes over there. So it made it really authentic, because there's a perception that it's a jungle, but there are a lot of very developed cities in Africa that that look like New York and Chicago and Atlanta, but those don't make the news. It's the the rural areas that's what typically makes the news. So a lot of African Americans were proud of the fact that they saw a different perspective rather than what they were used to seeing on Discovery channels.
Right.
So I think that's what made it really. And when you use authentic scenes, people appreciate that more rather than having something that's made up just to kind of fit the narrative of what people perceive it to be. Mm. So you get them to start thinking, oh well, I can actually go to Africa because they have, it's not just a jungle. It's they have airports and they have big buildings and they have nice beaches as well. So it's if you
it's
get
political.
A chance,
they have fashion.
Yes, absolutely.
They have resorts.
Absolutely.
They have. I mean, it's just amazing what you get there and you see for yourself.
Absolutely.
What's actually going on, and we appreciate the fact that you're actually bringing the wonderful fashion that they have, because we kind of stop at daishiki, and that's what it is.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
I'm amazed when I go into your store and I see the outfits. I really feel bad I don't have one on now, but we're doing this at the last minute, and you have exquisite items in your store. And who's designing for you?
Well, we have designers that from Ghana, from Nigeria, Burkina Faso as well. So we have a wide range of designers, and what we do is we pick their specialties, and then we don't give them what to do. We have them design what they want to design, and then we show it to our audience and see if they like it, and if they do, then we then would get it in larger quantities.
Okay. Well, I have an audience.
Okay.
And I think we need to go to his store.
All right.
And we need to have some wine or champagne and
Absolutely.
go shopping. But we're waiting for you to get some stuff back into stock because my
Yes.
understanding was you were pretty depleted after
Oh,
the movie.
matter of fact, I had no idea. Black History Month, generally for African clothing stores, is a good month because that's when people, try to connect with their heritage as far as clothing goes. A lot of churches have African Day where they wear African clothing. So that's where there's a spike in the demand for this kind of clothing. Throughout the year, you have theaters who buy it as costumes, but that's essentially what keeps us in business. Even though it's not a costume, it's actually clothing. But if they'll display it, that works for us as well. But the Black Panther movie really kind of came out of nowhere. I had no idea that it was gonna be this big and this.
Neither did they.
So far I think it's over $1 billion.
Yes.
It made so far.
Yes.
But yes, we have a not a big store, but it's big enough to handle
But it's a lovely store.
Yes.
And I think that I'm not putting you on the spot. I promise. I'm not putting him on the spot. But we'll have to make sure that we let our audience know about our little Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon soiree where we can have them come in and maybe
Absolutely.
we could get like 2% off or something. Maybe 3%.
Absolutely.
And
what makes me happy is when you wear it and you like it.
Yes.
It's not you treasure it because as long as you treasure it and you like it, that makes my day. It's.
If anybody's gone to Dupsies and they've got an outfit that they bought at Dupsies, we're going to be on Facebook, we're going to be on Instagram and Twitter, okay? Tukute, Tukute. You can see all my pages there. I want you to post them. I want you to post how beautiful you were in them. I want you to tell me how lovely you felt in them so that our network can see how beautiful these clothes were and how wonderful people feel in them. I think that it's awesome, actually awesome.
It is
that
awesome.
You don't feel, it's not that you don't feel, you do feel regal wearing the clothes that you guys have in your store.
Yes, I wear it proudly actually. This is actually just a touch. So you don't have to put on the full garment. You could have like a tie, sash, touch. But it's always good to have a touch, just to kind of show your, just show some heritage, just slight touch. It could even be a cream or something, that's made there. It kind of helps you connect with your
Roots.
roots.
I would like to, if you don't have something that you wear to kind of show you what you feel about your heritage, is there anything else that you could do other than what you wear? You have a lot of passion. You have passion about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You bring your passion into what you do and how you present it to the world. And how does your family kind of interact with that? Because you guys are very close.
Yes.
And you work together
Yes,
closely.
so I'm a co-owner. My brother's a co-owner. So the way it works is he's got his department. I've got my department. So he handles what he does. Like he's a social media guru. I have no idea what he does. And I'm more on the admin side. I deal with the taxes, the accountant, the website. I'm the IT guy. So we complement each other essentially. So if you ever get into a partnership, it's good to divide the responsibilities and then it puts you on the spot if you're slacking on your side. So you could say, hey, what's going on with the website? It has some glitches. Then I've got to, because he's doing his part of he's holding his side of the his responsibility. I've got to make sure that mine is also impeccable. So so far, I mean, we've had a great partnership, no issues, and I'm blessed to have him right there with me at Dupsies. So very happy about that.
That's really good because during the time that I have known you, you guys have worked together. Well, not only work together, but you seem to be friends as well as brothers.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how that, because I'm not close to any of my family, but a couple of people that I know I would just die for.
Yes. I mean, it's not a given. It's not a given to just get along that well. It does take given, being able to I guess tolerate a few things. But I'm blessed because, there's some people you just can't work with, period.
Yes.
And if they happen to be your sibling, then, then you just can't work with them. So there's no particular talent that I have. It's just that I'm blessed to have a good brother who's willing to accept a lot of my flaws, and I'm willing to also tolerate some of his.
Yes, but
flaws.
I would never tell my brother or my sister or anybody that I know that I have a flaw. I would never do that. I'd never do that. No, we'd skip over that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Well, I mean, you can know
your
about
mom
it,
works at the store too,
but you won't tell them. Yes. So
yeah.
she's
a beauty. Your mom is hot.
Yes.
Sorry, but I've seen his mom before, and
yeah.
she was working. She did some work with Divas with the cars.
Yes.
And when I saw your mom walk in, I had to look at her 2 or 3 times. I'm like, who is this hot woman? She is something else.
Yeah, she passed on the good looks. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, you cute. But I'm trying not to get into that because I'm an older woman.
Okay.
I got heart problems. My heart's weak.
Okay.
If I get too involved,
yes,
I could pass out or something.
Okay.
But yeah, you fine.
Yeah. So she's she is very familiar with a lot of the vendors, the designers. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to coordinating the shipments, she's very she takes on that whole task. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's she went to fashion school, so she knows how to pick out the right vendors, the right designers, knows how to, and sometimes they require some grooming.
Yes.
A lot of the clothing that you see in the U.S. coming from India and China, so they have QA, they've been doing this for decades. Mm-hmm. So you don't have a lot of African clothing designers with their products and mixes. They're just not there. So they don't know the whole process. So you have to kind of walk them through, this is how you do it for this, audience. They're not used to seeing things this way. It's got to be this way. It's got to be packaged this way. So it does take time and effort to try to groom them, and sometimes, you have issues. But so far, it's been getting better and better and better.
Good,
Yes.
good. Now, is coming to your store the only way I could get your designs and pieces that you have?
We have a website. It's Dupsies.com, Dupsies.com, and that's where you can see a lot of our clothing. It's you can order online. We also have an Amazon store as well, and we have a toll-free number. If you have questions, we're open from Monday through Saturday, from 10:30 to 6 p.m. The telephone number is 1-855-387-7437.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we don't have a date yet for when we're going to do the party at his store, so we could buy some of these beautiful outfits. But we will soon, and stay tuned, because we will let you know when we're going to have a Dupsies wine party with W3.
You are welcome.
Well, thank you so much. This has
welcome,
been
man.
great.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now stay tuned. Do not turn off your phone or your TV or whatever you're watching us on, because we're going to show some of these beautiful designs. Thank you from Sensational Living. Are you living a sensational life?
I am, absolutely.
You gotta say it, boo. Say it. Say it.
I'm living a sensational life.
See? It's so easy. Thank you very much.